welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're looking at another good stock, cheap stock, but a portfolio stock that actually has a lot of potential to be a portfolio stock, and I'll show you why. I'm saying what I'm saying. Before I get into the technical analysis and show you what the stock is doing and where we can get into the stock and do the price prediction on this. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm releasing video almost every day, and the objective of the channel is to find good stocks that are on the cheaper side and be able to get in and build our portfolio on that. So before I get into the technical analysis, let's look at the market cap for this, 4.9 billion, which is actually not on a smaller side. Market cap is basically how many outstanding shares you have in the market times the price. So the company actually worth 4.9 billion, and the daily volume, they on an average, they do a 3.2 million shares trading. And yesterday on Friday, they traded almost 2.1 million shares as a volume, right? And I'll show you what the institutional banks are holding, what position they're holding at the end, which I think that's a great indicator to tell you whether the stock is a good buy for a long term or it's a short term, is a hot stock, whatever the case is. Okay. So I'm on a daily chart right now, and we're going to do some analysis on last few weeks per se. So we're going to start from December 20th. The stock was at $13.20, and that's our base. That's the lowest we have from last 2 months. Okay. The stock rised for few weeks. It went all the way down to $16.85. Okay. Came down to $14.66, went up and came back to $14.66 again. Created a W and went up. Now, if you have an upward trend or a downward trend, if you see a W being formed, generally that's indicated that it's going to go to the direction that it's intended. So, for example, in this case, it was an upward trend. It came down, but again, it rises back up after a W. So the W was formed is not 100% indicator that this is definitely going to be the case. That's going to happen. So right here, it created a W. It went up again to 1640. That's your new resistance. It did not break the resistance yet. It came down again to 1536. As you notice, it did not come down to the lowest low. So it went to 1535 or so, 1536 or so. Created a W again. Now, the general notion would be that, after a W, it should go up and it should hit that resistance again. However, that's not the only indicator that we should have here, right? So let's look at moving averages. The moving averages I use is 20 periods, which is last 20 days, 50 periods, which is last 50 days. And we also use the 200 days, which usually is used by institutional banks. They usually tend to 200 moving averages they use just to see where it's bouncing off and where it's going to stay, so they don't end up losing their money, right? So if you look at the 20 period moving average from December, is steadily rising, and you can see a little dip here. But if you notice the line itself, it seems like it's sort of tracking upward. I don't know if you guys see this, but there's an upward trend here. All right, 50 is clear. 50 period, you can definitely see a upward trend. Okay, so that's a good indicator that moving average is moving upward. So which indicates that stock is definitely rising, for sure. But let's add RSI. Let's see what the relative strength index is saying. What are people doing with this? Usually, what happens is with the RSI is that if it's above 70, the stock is overbought, right? If you notice here. Right, and you see like it went all the way out to 1679. The stock is above 70, and when it goes down below 30, that means stock is oversold. And we could hold that true, and I'll show you probably an example from the historical view. All right, look right here. Right, on December 9th, stock started falling and went down. When it went down to 1320, you see that, right? RSI is below 30. That means that if anybody would have bought the stock right here, all right, at this lowest point, to me, what I consider this as a strength. If you're in getting the stock, this is your strength. You buy that here, you would have seen, definitely would have made that money at $13.12 to $16.85. That's $3 gain, which is a lot when you have few shares of the stock, right? Anyway, so right now, RSI is saying is above 50, which is always an indicator that and it is looking to go up. So anything above 50, generally it's great. meaning that it's generally tend to go up, but not always the case, right? So you always want to add other indicators too and see what actually holds true. Now MACD is very important, right? This is your short term and a long term. The signal line is the blue line in my case. MACD is the orange line. What MACD and the signal lines do is basically this is your moving average conversion and diversion. All right, so this MACD and RSI needs to club together, okay? So in this case, if this is going down and this also has to go down, okay? We could probably see an example. If I could show you an example right here. Right here, you see. Now, if you notice, this is down below 30. MACD is down. When MACD goes up, it crosses the signal line. Look at the price. What's happening with the price? And look at the RSI. What's happening with the RSI? See? Same direction. Okay? That means if somebody would have sold it right here, not to be greedy, and they see, okay, RSI is going down again. If they see the RSI is sort of moving toward the 70 line, boom, you sell the stock, okay? And you would have made that $3 that you were looking for. And then the stock falls. Now you see the stock, it's just, there's some fluctuations here. Now here, MACD it's down. RSI it's about 50. The last support right here is your $14.56. If this was to start dip, you wait to see if it hits $14.55. You see your MACD, you see RSI if they're going down with it. And when it hit that resistance, right, your support, it's going to bounce back up, all right? The reason you could tell that by looking at your RSI and MACD, if they start going upward and you can see your moving averages fluctuating upward, you can get in that position at that point and you could hit that $16 when it does. I'm on a daily chart, okay? Please mind you, right? If you're on a 30-minute chart, that's a different story, okay? If you're a long-term investor, you're looking at a daily chart, that's what I'm referring to. Just look at one bar, okay? You don't need to look anywhere else. This one whole bar is representative of one day. This red bar is representative of whole one day, okay? As I said, if it goes down to 1456, right? And you see the moving averages started going back up, you get into that position, is definitely going to hit that resistance again. Either this resistance, and if it crosses this resistance, the next resistance will be 1640. Yeah, maybe in the next few days, you could see this price rise to 1640 again. But again, if there's a news catalyst that is not that positive, you could always see a dip. And if it goes down, if it does go down, it's going to go down to 1456, and this is your support. And let's say if there's a really bad news catalyst and there's a tanking, everything is tanking, then the next support is $13 and as we said, $13.20. Yeah, $13.12. That's your next support. So if it goes up, then it crosses 16. If it crosses 1642, next is 1685. So you can actually potentially make that $1 move. You wait till it goes down. If it crosses 14, you still wait. If it crosses 14, the next support is 1312. You wait till here, and then you will see, and the next resistance will be 1454. If it crosses that, 1640 will be your next support. But again, I'm on a daily chart, so it's a long-term play. It's not a hot play that you would do in a minute or 30 minutes. It's something you want to stick to it for the next few days. So as far as the NASDAQ holdings is concerned, they hold 90 institutional banks, right? So let's talk about institutional banks. There are big dogs like BlackRock, State Street, right? Morgan Stanley, Bank of New York, Bank of America, all the big investment firms. They hold 94% of the stock. So rest assured that, when they hold majority of the stock, that's a good stock in my opinion, okay? So basically, to me, this is a good stock. Start watching the stock, and I think you'll be appreciating of this information. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll be making more videos like this. Thank you.